Hello and welcome to the Timesheets page. You can get here via the timesheet menu and select My Timesheets. You can add a time entry by clicking the Add Entry button here or here. So let's just add an entry. You can select Dancing House. We've got a list of active, archived, and prospective phases. So let's just enter against documentation, add entry, and we've got our days of the week here, so we can add hours like so. As you enter time, you'll notice this budget fill up, and this is from the staff budgets you set up in the project list. If you go over budget, it'll go a nice red color just to scare you a little bit. So the idea is that we can use the budgets from your projects to allow staff to be a little more self-managing. If you want to view other types of budgets, you can flick through here. So we not only have your budget, but your hours for the entire month, as well as hours for your team and hours for your role. You can add a note against a time entry by clicking the little speech bubble there, and you can say this is a note. And you can see that it has a note filled in based off the 3 dots on the icon. Admin people will be able to lock time entries. You can also edit them via this edit button. Documentation here has no task, but I believe we set one up for concept design, so you can select a task if you want to. There's also these 3 checkboxes, so a staff member can elect whether time is billable or not, whether it's variation or not, and whether it's overtime. And you can choose to use or ignore these values depending on how you run your practice. So we can save the entry here. Let's check on variation. So you can see that variation has a little icon here. If you hover over it, it'll explain what the icon means. You can navigate through weeks using the arrow keys above. You can also select a desired date you want to travel to via the calendar drop down above. Admin staff will be able to modify other staff's time entries, and you'll also notice a copy previous button, which will copy the timesheet entries from the previous week over. So we can see concept design and measure up here, and we can enter more time against it. Timesheet entries also have a daily view. It's pretty much exactly the same as weekly view, but you can click on the days of the week and you're only viewing one day at a time. This has given us a bit more room to add in the notes. So if you prefer this view, you can just click on the daily tab here. So once you've entered time against a project, they'll appear in the timesheet reports like so. They'll also appear in your project reports. And we'll also update your resource schedule if you've entered time in the past like we did in March earlier. So that's pretty much all you need to know to enter timesheets.